The reason you would want advice or someone in your corner who has a professional understanding of how it works is so that you don't make the common mistakes that a lot of startup investors will tend to make. For example, you may want to invest in something new and exciting because lots of people are doing it. An example could be cryptocurrency. But if you don't understand it, you might be putting your money in at the wrong time and be a casualty of putting your money in the wrong time and losing it all. You may not realize tax implications. You may not realize the best option for a beginner. You may not realize what to look for. Should I invest in a group of companies or should I invest in one company? Now, there's a big difference in risk between these things. So really, I think it's worthwhile paying for some quality advice, like with us, to ensure that you are set up on the path in the correct way and that you are not going to fall into the potholes that many new investors do. The way that we work is we set an individual up, first of all, to get the fundamental practices in place to create a surplus to invest. We won't sit down with someone and say, hey, you should invest your money here. What we want to do is lift the bonnet. We want to have a look at how they operate. We want to ensure they've got the fundamentals right, that they're not spending more than they earn, that they aren't using consumer debt to buy lounge suites and vehicles that they can't afford. We want to make sure that they've got an emergency fund to make sure that they can survive any financial catastrophes that might come their way. And then once we've got that right, and we've got the machine working in such a way that it's kicking out a surplus every single pay cycle, more money left over until we've got something to invest. Only at that point, when we've got the machine working correctly, we'll start having conversations about how to invest. Look, we can start with KiwiSaver, how it works, and then we can start building some investments outside of KiwiSaver and growing their wealth. It's education, education, education. It is showing someone why something is done a certain way. If we just say, buy that, buy that, buy that, that's fine. But if we say, this is something you should consider, and this is why, this is the economic climate, this is the conditions where this company is operating, and that's why we think it's going to be a success with regards to investing. One thing that's always been taught to me is don't invest your money in something you don't understand. Don't invest your money in something because you overheard someone on the bus on the way to work saying, oh, this is a real winner. Don't invest your money because your broke uncle said, that's where you should invest your money, mate, because that's not a good thing. What you should be investing your money in is something that you understand and something that is not got the feeling of a get-rich-quick scheme. Long-term investing is something that people also need to understand because there is really no get-rich-quick. Investing takes a long-term mindset because it takes a long-term. If I look at some of the richest investors in the world like Warren Buffett and the recently passed Charlie Munger, the reason that they've got billions and billions of dollars is, yes, because they're good at what they do and they've taken the education to understand how to do it, but they've done it like Charlie died at 99 last year and Warren's still going, I think he's 95. Long-term thinking. The New Zealand government has an organisation called the Financial Markets Authority, and anyone who is licensed to give investment advice has a certification with them to be able to do it. What they ask us to do is every person that we have a chat with, we take them through an investment risk questionnaire. That tells us how you feel inside about making an investment. If you are terrified of losing your money, we know that 1, we have to give you quite a bit on the educational side, but 2, we will invest your money with you conservatively so that you can sleep at night. If the investment risk questionnaire shows us that you are reasonably loose, you aren't concerned at all about your money, it allows us to, one, of course, look at that educational side of it, but we've got a feeling that you probably know a little bit more. That's why you're not so concerned. But also, it also allows us to put your money in more aggressive investments, which over the long term will net you greater returns. But it also tells us, the way you've answered your question there, that it's not stressful for you. You can sleep at night while markets go up and your investments go up and down and up and down and up and down. So I think we take you through a process to find out how you feel about it. It helps us understand how to educate you, get you to a level where you can invest confidently, but sleep at night is super important. Well, if you want to get into investing, you've got to start. And if you need to start, you've just got to jump in. And what we do with a lot of people is we just suggest that we go through those processes. Let's find out what you think about investing. How scary is it for you? Let's find out where we need to put you on the educational cycle, and then let's start. But you could start with us for as little as $10 a week. Man, even $5 a week. And what we ask you to do is we'll set up an investment fund for you. We'll place that investment at a level, like I said, that you're comfortable with. We'll make sure you're learning and understanding as you go, and then we set up the automatic payment and away you go. As an example, I started Lotto years and years ago. I decided to get rid of Lotto about 2020, and the $24 a week I was spending on Lotto, I started investing in Sharesies. And I did that for about 12 months. I learnt, I put my educational hat on and wanted to understand more and more and more in more detail about how everything worked. I realised I was onto a good thing. I started increasing the amount that I was investing in my Sharesies. And that was 5 years ago. And I think today I'm just under 70 grand. So just start.